Hi guys, Will here from WB Trading and welcome back. If you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you don't miss any of the free content that I share with the trading community here on YouTube. So let me begin the video by asking a question. Do you ever take in small, frequent wins that make you feel pretty good, that make you feel like you're progressing and getting ahead, but then you'll take a large loss that completely tears your account balance right back down and into the red? Let me know in the comments section whether that's ever happened to you and whether it's ever held you back. And in fact, maybe it's happening at this moment and it's the major stumbling block that you're trying to overcome. Right, again, pause the video for just a second and give me a yes, that's me, or that sounds about right in the comments section. And if it is you, I've got good news. In today's video, we'll move towards solving the problem for you by taking a look at why this is actually happening in the first place. Before we dive in though, the reason that I'm putting this video together is because this subject has come up twice now in the last week. Once in an interview with a client who's overcome the issue, turned it around and is now profitable. And again, just yesterday, within a conversation I was having with a trader who's still stuck, still struggling, and is suffering from this stumbling block. Small wins, large losses. But what does this mean? Let's think about this. Where else in life do people typically win small and lose big? Can you guess the two words I'm about to say? Here it is, a casino. So in a casino, people win small, but they lose big, don't they? They have a win here and there. They might even have a winning streak here and there, right? And some people once in a while score a windfall, don't they? They might win that huge jackpot. But in the end, as the saying goes, the house always wins, right? But why is this? Well, let's come back to the client of mine, Azri Azahari, who explained how he actually overcame this issue himself, so that we can start there. Let me play you a really quick clip from the interview, which is here on the YouTube channel.
I was all over the place actually with my trading. I tried several discretionary types of trading in which I used various indicators such as the Bollinger Bands, the RSI, the parabolic SAR, moving averages. So, my charts were always flooded with these indicators, making it hard to enter a trade. And I did not understand risk management, risk to rewards. So as such, I didn't have a proven edge in trading before I found you. I just learned off the YouTube videos that I found, online, and so I deposited a relatively modest amount, about $2,000. But due to my very poor risk management, it blew up within a week. I reckon I hadn't had any clue. It's basically gambling. I had no knowledge, no experience whatsoever. So it's just a punt.
Yeah. So really, you were, before you joined us, you were approaching trading from more of a gambling perspective, really, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was also strategy hopping, looking at Bollinger Bands and then trying RSI the next day, so I haven't got anything fixed, if you like. And that held me back as I was not trading with conviction. I also used to take small profits and held on to losing trades. So one losing trades would wipe out the small profits I took along the way. So this, as you can imagine, is very demoralizing. And I actually quit trading for 2 years until I found you.
One thing that I picked up from that is small wins and large losses. So really, you've had an edge over you, didn't it, in a way?
Yeah, exactly. You can put it that way, because my salary that time, if you equate, it's about $200 a day. So I said to myself, all right, if I can make $200 a day, so that's it, I'm done for the day. So there are a few days that I manage that to $200. But there are a few days as well that I lose 600, 800, 1,000. Yeah, so and it is demoralizing because when you lose 1,000, you need 5 days to make it back.
Yeah, so that's actually what we teach, how to flip that around and trade in a way where losses are kept small and manageable and wins outsize them and push you ahead instead of bringing you backwards, which is what you found now you're trading with Edge, isn't it?
Exactly right. Exactly, Will. That is one thing that I've learned, and before I met you, I haven't got any idea of that concept. Yeah, it was all about making 200 a day.
Yeah, completely understand. Okay, well, if you had to name, let's say, one thing that was really holding you back, what would you say that one major thing was, if there was just one thing?
Yeah, that's the thing, Will. Number one is, I was trading without understanding risk or money management. Number two, I was trading without understanding risk to rewards. Number three, I was trading without understanding the law of large numbers. So losses do happen. The key is to make sure that the losses are small compared to the wins. My risk now is strictly 1% per trade, and I only take trades with a minimum of 2R risk rewards. So to answer your question, the one thing that is stopping me from being a profitable trader, I believe, is I did not have a statistically proven edge in the market due to my lack of knowledge in risk management and statistics. Yeah, that's what I think is the stumbling block.
See, all great points there made by Asri, and you can see how far he's actually come since he began working with us earlier this year. But that very last point that Asri made there is something that you have to take in. Really take in. Let me share it again. He says the number one thing that stood in the way was not having a statistically proven edge over the market, understanding that losses happen. The key, however, is to make sure that those losses are small when compared with the wins. That's it. That right there, that's the secret sauce. If you watching this video right now are struggling, being held back by small wins but large losses that continually set you back, then there you have it. That is the solution. You have to turn that around because much like I discussed with Asri, he had that same issue. The market had an edge over him rather than the other way around. And by the way, if you are enjoying the video today, it would be great if you take just a quick second to hit that thumbs up button for me. I know I always say that, but that would really help me if that's okay with you. So the solution here is simple. As they say, find someone successful and just copy what they do. So that's what I want you to do. If you're struggling and being held back by that cycle of taking a few days or a week to build up some wins, but then giving it all back in perhaps one day or even just one trade, copy what Asri did and take his advice. Find or build a strategy that provides a statistical edge over the market, that provides small, manageable losses, but larger wins that outsize these and push you ahead. Think about it. If your large losses are what are drawing your account down after you've built it up, if you can just reverse that, you're a winning trader, aren't you? You're profitable. Instead of taking small wins, take small losses. Instead of taking large losses, capture large wins. And instead of grinding down an account, you'll build up an account via that process. That is edge, winning over the long term via, as Asri mentions himself, the law of large numbers. Again, all you need is a statistically proven strategy that provides edge, along with implementing this long term, whilst probabilities play out in your favour, whilst you capture those large wins that wipe out the small losses and leave you profitable. Again, rather than being pulled back, you'll actually be pushing ahead, much like Asri is. In fact, let me share one more very short part of the interview with you here, where he discusses the turnaround and just how drastic it's been.
Yes, results wise, I went live in September 2020. First month I had 8R. In October I had 3.6R. November I had 1.6R. And now in December, as we speak, I'm on 5.7R. So the total is now 18.9R. So in capital value, that's 1890 on a 10K account, risking only 1% per trade.
So there we have it. From grinding down his account via that cycle of small wins, large losses, to now profitable every single month since he went live at a current account gain of 18.9%. all down to, again, as he says himself, having a statistical edge over the markets. So what actionable steps can you take today to make you a better trader and move you away from that cycle that we're talking about here? I want to give you 2 helpful tips that you can take away and implement to begin turning things around and moving towards profitability, just like as we did. So firstly, deconstruct your actions. You need to understand what is causing the small wins and what is causing the large losses. Okay, much like let's say a car suddenly broke down. A mechanic would come, take a look, and find the part of the car that's caused the failure. Right? You need to know, why aren't my wins larger? And why aren't my losses smaller and more manageable? Ask yourself those questions. It might be because your strategy doesn't provide edge. It might be because you aren't placing an efficient profit target. It might be because you aren't placing an efficient stop loss. Again, something is wrong. You need to deconstruct your actions and find the flat tire, or the gas leakage, so to speak, that's causing your trading to break down. I think I've taken the car analogy a little too far there, haven't I? Secondly, put rules in place that prevent the actions that were holding you back. This is critical, absolutely critical. If, for example, you find out that the problem is your profit target, let's pretend that you find out when you do step 1 and you deconstruct your actions that your profit target is too small at the moment, and you're able to push it to, let's say, 5R, which raises your win size and solves the problem and means that you have edge and the problem is solved, right? But when you implement this without rules in place, you find yourself doing things like adjusting your target, jumping out early and self-sabotaging, and so on. Again, it's critical that you do 2 things. Put rules in place that remove the ability to make these mistakes, and before implementing them, statistically verify that they actually work, so that you aren't just, hoping that your current strategy works. Because believe me, if you're currently trading using a strategy that you haven't statistically verified, you're about to get bitten in the ass badly. In fact, maybe that's the reason why you're watching this video in the first place, because you've been bitten in the ass, right? And you need to solve the problem now before things get worse. And the 2 steps I've just shared with you will help to do just that for you, to solve the problem and make sure that you have edge. And by putting rules in place, they'll also keep you on track and trading well. So there you have it. If you're being held back by small wins and large losses, the solution is there within those 2 steps. Put the hard work in, deconstruct your actions, and put rules in place to make sure that your actions are actually profitable. And then from there, trade with edge. From there, you'll solve the problem and you will come out ahead of the market over time as the law of large numbers plays out in your favor. Now, as a side note, I do know that not everybody enjoys doing the level of work required to actually do those 2 steps. So as a helping hand, if needed, you can, if you'd like to, learn the strategies that Asri also learned by clicking the link in the description. It's not essential by any means, and you can, without a doubt, do this alone, as long as you have the time, the energy, and the want to do it. But again, if you just prefer to just get the problem solved and learn statistically proven strategies that work right now, then they're there for you, waiting over at the website. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that's added value for you all and triggered some inspiration. I'll leave it there for today. And as always, trade with edge, with consistency. And I look forward to having you back here on the channel soon. Thanks, guys.